more bucks, more race, more foreign trucks, more on a tour bus, more pour cup, toast to the winners, throw it up.
Juicy, what a drum's at.
Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Green Bay Packers. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And off we go from Lambeau. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First play and a first throw for Rodgers. Out left and hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. The Packers had 8 and 5 to start play. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On second down, it's Jones. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
They'll run it with Jones. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on fourth down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. To throw is Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They'll go with Jones. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there, but I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it, and offense trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. Being chased out left. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. This defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. To throw is Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing. And that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3. Just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
On first down at Stafford. Escaping the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. After the sack on first down, Stafford is going to go for a big play downfield. Touchdown, L.A. Anthony Schwartz, 44 yards. And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball,
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Packers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Rodgers going to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come. That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now it's Stafford. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's a tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again to Jones. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You
get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Now it's 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Now Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
He finds his man, complete. That's Shepard. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 19 yards away. And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Rams go up by 2 touchdowns. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Oh, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
26 Mike.
On 2nd and 10. Rodgers caught on the right side by Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Jones running on first down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Rodgers' throw pulled in by Milton. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 31-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. This pass outright to Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones. That's his 18th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stafford. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, LA. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Rams are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flushed from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Rodgers. Tunyon's got it on the out route. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 95 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Matthew Stafford does it again. 5 touchdown passes. And the Rams look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. Quick slant complete to Melton. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Dancing to his left. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Pierce now up the middle. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
Now Stafford. That's complete to Troutman right side. And he is going to have a Rams first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Stafford going to throw it. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They'll run here with Pierce. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the Rams stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurting this moment. No, okay.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that part.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Rams are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Los Angeles, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. So that style not for you, but it's for me.
Greenfield's finest. Boss.
Yeah.
DJ Drama.
Never let a wishbone grow where a backbone should. Belly been taken to dash all wood. 10 payments, the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good. So I threw the lot of the starstruck. Hop in the ride and we took in the truck, up in the truck, and they all. They might say what's up when they see me around the city, but really no reason to talk much. Dinner at nice guy, but no nice guys here. I'm toe tagging, no Bilbo bagging, y'all coming up short. Take a recess. This a heat check. Yeah. Shorty let me quick as a clear with a pre-check. It's lifestyle not for you, but it's for me. Seen it myself for years. The vision is mine alone. Just me, myself, no peers. Yeah. I don't know who hyping them boys. I'm done giving life for the noise. I give you my life in the source. I don't even write anymore. Yeah. Get it and drove like it's whipping a stove. That break hard like habits. No days off, no Sabbath. No snakes in my yard, no rabbits. Never let a wishbone grow where a backbone should. Belly been taken to dash all wood. 10 payment, the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good. Send the same money to Sudan. I could probably feed the club for a year or two. Stuck between stunting and a miracle. For real. Let's explore the moment. Ain't outside there agoraphobic. If you see me live, you would know it. Jumping on my do aerobics, boss like P90X. Boss like we write the checks now. Floss like we like the flex. Bust down, bust down, bust down. AMG, no bust now. Amiri jeans, SB dunks with a Fiends T, no button down. Respectfully, that's for me, you don't round if you wanna. Round if you wanna. It's lifestyle not for you, but it's for me. Bossy.
I'm gonna go without the ad-libs.
in the booth and I like poof and I don't understand what got into me. Got a couple of truths that I bust out the roof if I'm ready to ride on my enemy. And you rappers just stole my identity, and I really know why you ain't feeling me. With Tiffany, and they restore my agility. And I'm never rehearsing, I'm making the verses like Swizzy and Timothy. Never provoke with the go, cause I want all the smoke, you can call me a chimney. And I really want, but I settle for, I just aim it ready to whittles pea. Aim at your head when I kill a beat. Spaghetti and shells like Italy. Never let a wishbone grow where a backbone should. Bentley Bentayga, the dash all wood. 10 payment, the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good. Send the same money to Sudan, I could probably see the hoods for a year or two. Stuck between stunting and a miracle. For real.
Alright, now close your eyes. Think about your wildest dreams. You ready? And you still couldn't do this. Gangsta Brazil.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, the mental line. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two, I paid it out the foot. Yeah, tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket crew, one for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the roof. I'm off the chain, don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the noose. Yeah, getting picked off Bentley white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock 'em. Watch the dirty money with Oxy. I miscount cause I'm off yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody. I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, the mental line. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two, I paid it out of foot.
Convoy, 100 carats on my neck, my boy. That 100 bunny rabbits tryna get my boy. From the cabbage I collect, my boy.